Recording started.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah,
we'll go.
you can admit. Yeah.
We'll go back. Before that, Ponraj sir or Sendil, please put that first creative, no? மொபைல்ல இருந்து இருக்குதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Is it visible, ma'am? Is it sharing, ma'am? now?
It's visible,
Yes.
but
Visible.
it's in the mobile screen மாதிரி இருக்கு, but that's fine. That is.
Otherwise, do you want me to share my first slide? I also kept the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm-
that would be better also.
so then yeah, I'll do that.
But you might have to take it in another 2-3 minutes. I think it's better we'll do it, not to worry, not to disturb you.
All right, yeah.
Ponraj, so you can do it.
Shall I try, madam?
Adharan sir admit பண்ணிடலாம்ல?
Yeah. We can.
Okay.
Madam, we can start.
Okay, sir. Pushpa ma'am. Pushpa?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, audible, Pushpa.
A very good evening to one and all gathered here. I am Pushpa Varshini, pursuing a Bachelor of Technology degree in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the expert lecture about the future technology, analytics, and AI, organized by Easwari Engineering College. This event is where we invite enthusiastic young minds to delve into the dynamic of artificial intelligence. Easwari Engineering College, established in the year 1996, affiliated to Anna University, which is located in Chennai, stands out for its unwavering commitment to academic excellence and holistic development. Easwari Engineering College holds NAC A grade, and our college offers 15 undergraduate programs and 7 postgraduate programs in engineering, technology, as well as management. The National Board of Accreditation has accredited 7 programs of our college, which are Automobile, Civil, CSE, ECE, EEE, IT, and Mechanical departments. And with commitment to produce future innovators, engineers, and leaders, our institution ranking stood at 151 to 200 in the engineering category by NIRF with a record of 98% in placement over a period of 25 years. Our college is known for its strong industry connections and emphasis on research to deliver the best students to the future world. Our campus community encourages both learning and creativity by providing a supportive environment. Students have the opportunity to participate in a variety of clubs such as Road Track, Campus Life, and NSS, aimed at collaboration and enhancing social skills among the students. Annual events like Swagat and Talentia are organized to offer a lively platform where every student can showcase their talents. Additionally, students can celebrate diverse festivals such as Pongal, Holi, and Onam, creating lasting memories during their time on campus. At Easwari Engineering College, we are dedicated to shaping future leaders and enriching the community through education. This program offers the young minds to explore the foundation of the future technology, AI, and explore the fundamental concepts which are designed to ignite curiosity and foster learning among the future innovators. Now, let us all witness the video about Easwari Engineering College produced by Siksha.
Top 10 things about SRM EEC Ramapuram that you should know. Located in the heart of the city, SRM Easwari Engineering College Ramapuram, part of the SRM group of institutions, is a top choice for female students who constitute more than 50% of the student body. The institute has received an overall rating of 4.2 stars out of 5 from students on Shiksha.com. Here are the top 10 highlights of the institute's BTech program. Number 1. Starting with the specializations offered, SRM EEC offers 15 engineering specializations, which include not only the traditional disciplines but also newer options such as biotechnology, computer science and design, computer science and business systems, and robotics and automation. Students are admitted through TNEA on base of the 10+2 merit. Number 2, recruiting companies and roles offered. Prominent companies like Accenture, TCS, Cognizant, IBM, Goldman Sachs, Daimler, LTTS, Amazon, Virtusa, Zoho, and several others were part of the campus placement drive, providing job opportunities across diverse sectors such as IT, analytics, fintech, core and consulting. Number 3, placement packages and outcomes. The highest package reached 46 lakh per annum in 2023-24 placement drive. In fact, almost 90% of the students got placed from the institute. Also, there has been a consistent growth in the offered median packages over the years. Number 4, accreditations. The institute ranks in the 151 to 200 range in the NIRF rankings, holds a NAC A grade and an NBA accreditation for several of its BTech courses. Number 5, flexi budget pricing. Talking about the course fee varies depending on whether you choose an NBA accredited specialization, typically ranging between 60,000 to 80,000 annually. Scholarships are also provided to ease the financial burden on students. Number 6, lab sponsored by industry partners. The Automobile Engineering Department at the Institute offers a research lab backed by BMW, Hyundai Motors and Ford. Sponsored equipment such as vehicles, engines, a compression molding machine, a fiber extractor allow students to participate in funded research and consultancy projects. Beyond this, SRM EEC offers a variety of other well-equipped labs including the strength of material labs, automotive component lab, geotechnical lab, design lab and robotics lab. Number 7, qualified and experienced faculty. Speaking of faculty, the faculty members of SRM EEC hold PhDs and over 15 years of experience. Number 8, multidisciplinary opportunities. Since SRM Easwari is a part of the SRM group, students have the opportunity to do multidisciplinary activities. Through a diverse range of programs and partnerships, students can explore cross-disciplinary projects that integrate engineering with fields such as management, humanities, sciences, and medical. This approach not only enriches their academic experience but also prepares them for a globalized workforce where interdisciplinary skills are highly valued. Number 9, international and industry MOUs. Easwari has partnerships with international institutions such as Carnegie Mellon University, the University of Wisconsin, the Illinois Institute of Technology, the University of California, the University of Georgia, Nottingham University, Lancaster University, and many more for knowledge and student exchange programs. Moreover, SRM EEC has signed MOUs with Ashok Leyland, Schwingstetter, Airports Authority of India, Worldline, Dr. Fixit, and the Tamil Nadu Smart and Advanced Manufacturing Center, that is TANSAM. TANSAM, a joint initiative of the Tamil Nadu government and Siemens Industries Software, enables the college to expand its research through internships and research projects at the Center of Excellence within TANSAM. Last but not the least, the campus life. Several events are conducted throughout the year by student-run clubs and societies at SRM Easwari. The most awaited event is the annual Techno-Cultural Fest, Talencia, which features a range of activities from stress interviews to the mesmerizing Battle of Bands. Comically, which includes cosplay, K-pop dance performances, and treasure hunts, adds more flavor to the action-packed campus life. Moreover, Pongal celebrations add a vibrant and festive flair to the college experience. For more details on SRM EEC and to check out thousands of course and college reviews, visit shiksha.com. We'd like to hear from you, so do drop in a comment below and do not forget to like and share this video.
Now, it is my privilege to introduce you all to our speaker of the program, Mr. Kumaresan sir, cloud architect and conversational AI expert from Google. He encapsulates excellence, leadership, and inspiration. With a career spanning almost 15 years, he has achieved remarkable milestones. He started his career as network engineer, but with numerous hard work and excellent knowledge and skill, he's working as cloud architect in Google and conversational AI expert with passion for digital transformation. Beyond his professional accomplishment, Mr. Kumaresan sir embodies values of integrity, compassion, and commitment to community. He is currently working on cloud computing, networking, infra modernization, virtual board design, and developments. His dedication to the betterment of the community is incredibly evident by his participation in Agile Network as a panelist and public speaker. He is also actively engaged with many professionals by being a member and contributing to numerous tech communities, including GDG chapters, WTM, Keras, ISACA, and Agile Network. Around the year 2014, he was awarded with the iEvolve Kaizen Award for Innovation and Automation. He also helps the students by actively conducting almost 100 speeches to educate students about the expectations of the industry in terms of skill development, job acquisition tactics, and technology. Today, as he graciously joins us, we are privileged to have the opportunity to glean insights from his wealth of experience and wisdom. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. It's really a privilege to have a hardworking, inspiring, and ambitious person with us. You may take over the session, sir.
Sure. Thank you, Pushpa, for the great introduction. And I hope you are all able to see my screen.
Yeah, we are able to.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Visible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone, for joining the call. And also thank you for the great opportunity, SRM Ishwari. And so today, I know you are just completed a 12th standard and you're looking for something great to explore further in your career. So I don't want to go in depth and explain the technical jargons. Rather, I kept the very fundamental and very basic thing what we wanted to know. If you wanted to explore your career further into a domain like artificial intelligence or a data science or a cloud computing or a big data, so that domain. And so this slide, if you look at on screen, and that gives the idea what we are going to talk about. The left side slide, you see the Cocomelon. So most probably, I know you are a Gen Z students, and you know what is Cocomelon all about. So that is the very much likable cartoon rhymes for every kid, every cradlers at your home. So when you wanted to start anything, so wanted to communicate anything to other, we start with the language. To start with a language or to learn a language, always we start with alphabets. So we always start with, I mean, you and me, A for apple, B for baby, and C for cat. So that way we started with alphabets. Then after we started writing all about words, paragraphs, essays, then we started communicating with each other. All right, I'm fine with bilingual. If you wanted to ask any questions or any doubts in your own regional language, I'm good to answer. And the idea for the discussion here, so today we know everywhere the artificial intelligence or data science, we almost hearing every time. I'm going to talk about the very fundamental concept of ABC. Say like take example as a English. If you wanted to communicate in English, you wanted to understand ABC. Similarly, if you wanted to understand the artificial intelligence or a data science, which is trending around the world today, then you should understand the fundamental of ABC. Are we clear with the agenda? And if in case you have any doubts, you can feel free to ask me. And also we have a dedicated time, the end of the session, 10 to 15 minutes dedicated for a discussion. You can ask me anything you wanted to discuss further about a presentation, about a career, or about a engineering college, SRM Ishwari. We could discuss, we have a faculty members and principal and HOD ma'am on the conference. And so this is about my profile. I don't want to repeat again. Pushpa has done a very great job. This is the agenda, very simple agenda. So I just kept as what is ABC. All we know, Cocomelon, what is ABC, but understanding the artificial intelligence, we should know what is ABC. Then what is generative AI? So what do you mean by generative AI, which is happening today? Maybe with Chat GPT or a Gemini or any generative AI bot you can consider. The next one is what is cloud computing. I mean, when I say this A, B, C, you will understand what is stand for A, what is stand for B, and what is stand for C. Then we'll understand the importance of these three A, B, C. What is these alphabets? How it plays a very important role in your career if you wanted to explore the opportunities in the trending technology or area. The last two things are tomorrow starts today. So more than the technical stuff what we learn today, AI, and tomorrow it might be a different technologies or a different area I wanted to explore. But parallelly we need to give a equal importance to some area that we will cover in the tomorrow starts today. And without any further ado, I'll go with this slide. And if you look at this slide, this is self-explanatory. So we as a human, we are witnessing all these revolutions, right? We started the first revolution with steam engine. When the steam engine, when the train got invented, how much it completely changed the world, from connectivity from rural place to a city or agriculture. Everything completely developed. The same way it happened in 1800, when we consider about the invention of electricity. Then coming to 1980s, the invention or adoption of the computer, the information technology, or what we use today. So with the advancement of the revolution 3, we are super equipped with all the digital world today. Digital revolution, we'll say it as. It may be with your small digital smartwatch, or it can be with a Google Pay or a Phone Pay, what you use on your mobile, or it can be with WhatsApp or Insta, what you use on your mobile. Anything you say today, the world is on your hand. So that is all because of the industry revolution 3. And now today, where we are at industry revolution 4, the fourth revolution. So fourth revolution, irrespective of what you going to study or what you're going to explore in career, so this is actually plays a very vital role. Unlike other three revolution, this fourth revolution is closely integrated with the human society and human integrity, and we will be using almost these technologies every day. Those are artificial intelligence and IoT. So IoT is nothing but the smart car or smart house or automatic car, we'll call it as artificial intelligence. So that is actually the core theme we're going to talk today, with a very fundamental understanding, and how the artificial system will work, and to make the artificial system to work, and what we wanted to learn and what we wanted to do as tomorrow's or a futuristic engineer you are. So let me ask you one basic question. When was the first time the artificial intelligence, the term being used? It's an interesting question, right? So today, or like maybe like past 1 year or 2 year, we keep hearing the AI term very often. Everywhere the AI. So I could see the advertisement on TV, the AI enabled washing machine, AI enabled refrigerator. Even my grandparents, grandpa and grandmother, they know about the term AI. So everywhere the advertisement comes with AI, every product if you go. The question would be, when was the first time the term artificial intelligence? So we know about the intelligence, what we have it by nature. Artificial intelligence, first time used. Do anybody knows the answer for this question? When was the first time the AI used, the first time the term artificial intelligence being used? To reveal the answer, yes, the first time the artificial intelligence, the term being used in 1956. So 1956, if you calculate, it is almost 68, 70 years back from now. Now the question will be, if the technology has been introduced 68 years or 70 years back, why it is so popular today? This is an interesting question, right? So we're not hearing the artificial intelligence 4 or 5 years back like today. So today, everywhere AI, artificial intelligence, or data science, or big data, or cloud computing. So why the artificial intelligence is so popular today? So this is the whole idea, or I would say like a whole concept we're going to discuss today for next 30 minutes, having our basic understanding about why AI is popular today. And you see that you have artificial intelligence machine here. Now, to answer that question, why AI is so popular, you need to understand this basic concept. I would say like a ABC triangle, or you can consider as a, like A is equal to B plus C, the formula, very easy formula, right? So artificial intelligence, just reversing my slide, which has been introduced in the year of 1956, but this is so popular today. Maybe this year or last 2 years, we could say maybe after a Chat GPT or a Google Gemini or any AI generative AI bot, it is becoming so popular. So why so popular? To find out that answer, as a engineering students, as aspiring engineering students, you should understand this basic concept. This is the whole idea or agenda what we're going to explore further 30 minutes. So artificial intelligence is all because of the cloud computing and big data. So with the power of cloud computing and the power of big data, now AI is so popular. So A is equal to B plus C. So if you wanted to have a powerful artificial intelligence system or powerful artificial intelligence model, then you should have a powerful data. So I will call it as a big data. I'll reveal you the answer why I'm calling it as a big data. The other one is a cloud computing. So cloud computing, what does it mean by cloud computing? We'll explore that. So now you need to understand what is artificial intelligence. A is equal to B plus C. So before we go in depth, I'll just play a quick clip and I'll come back here. So hope you all watched this clip or this scene in the very popular Shankar movie, right? Robo or Indiran, you can call it as. And if you recall, there are two interesting characters. One is Chiti Robo, other one is the scientist Vasikaran. Vasikaran is making a Chiti Robo to do all the things. What Chiti Robo does, it just took the telephone directory, just did a flip, and it found or land all the numbers. The moment he started asking the question, he was able to answer it. So the way how we are training a model or a computer to behave like a human is called as artificial intelligence. Just to explaining the first term, A. Among these ABC, first one is artificial intelligence, A. So A is nothing but you are making a computer, say like you are a human, you are making a computer to mimic like a human, a computer to behave like a human. So in this movie, if you watched closely, before Chitty reacts or before Chitty is giving exact picture, so Vasigaran used to develop a Chitty in his lab and he used to do a coding, he used to train a model. This all he does in the background. Once it is ready, then you could see the Chitty Robo. So Chitty Robo is actually the artificial intelligence model. You can have analogy. To make that, you need a huge data. So why the data plays a role, I'll explain. And to make this happen with the data to model training, you need a huge cloud computing. So that's the power of a cloud computing. Just to summarize, artificial intelligence is a combination of big data and cloud computing. You can always remember A is equal to B plus C is a core concept. Now let's go back to a little basics. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. You might have studied in your subject during your schooling. And just to recall, so before we get into today's generative AI, we should have the clear understanding about the yesterday's AI. So it's not only about AI. Anything you wanted to learn about today, and you should have a good understanding about yesterday. Say for example, if you want to understand a oops, you should have a clear understanding about what is the difference between C and C++. If you want to understand clearly about today's Python or any lightweight language, you should have a core understanding about what was yesterday. Similar to the same analogy, artificial intelligence also today is so trending with the generative AI. With any chatbot, you go and give an English prompt, it will give an answer to you. It will generate an image or generate a code or generate a music. So that is happening today. So before we get into today, what is happening, we should have a clear understanding about what it happened yesterday. So for that, we need to have a clear understanding about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. The first one is artificial intelligence that I already given the answer. Artificial intelligence is training a computer to mimic like a human or to behave like a human, like how we are reacting. To make that happen, you need to train a computer. It's same like a human. So today we are in the webinar and I'm delivering some speech and you are listening and you have some doubts, you're going to ask me. So we're doing a conversation, right? So that means to say we already got trained about how to understand, how to ask the question, how to take input, digest, and take the understanding. These all we are trained. But say a computer is a machine. So computer is just a machine. It is not trained for anything. But if you wanted to make a computer to behave like you, when I say behave like you, to you, so computer has to talk like you. computer has to think like you, computer has to listen like you and understand and respond like a human, then you need to do a training. You need to do a training. So how we used to get it trained from a schools and tuitions and colleges, the same way computer also used to get a training. So that training methodology is nothing but the machine learning and deep learning. So machine learning, where you train with the algorithm, and deep learning, it's we go with the deeper neural networks. I would say the difference between artificial intelligence, like your physics subject. So as you know, if you are from 12th grads, so physics you might have studied very well. When I ask you the question, uh, what is Newton's third law? So you will definitely give me the answer. Yeah, Newton's third law. We all know it. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Whereas if I ask the question, what is the core principle of quantum physics, you might not be able to answer it. So there you need a specialized training. You need to do a BSc physics or MSc physics to answer the question. So that is the difference between the machine learning and deep learning, and the way how you train a model. But just to summarize, so artificial intelligence is making a machine or a computer to behave like a human. To make that happen, you need to train a computer. To train a computer, you need to have a two training methodologies. One is machine learning, other one is a deep learning. So machine learning is all based out of your input and output, and deep learning is more about your simulation and neural networks. I mean, just to one, don't need to go in depth into the core technology. Just to make a computer to behave like a human, you need to train a computer. To train a computer, you need a machine learning and deep learning. That's all. Now, so this is the way we used to train a computer in olden days. The traditional programming, you used to write a computer in a way what computer can understand. So when I say train a computer, so training a small kid is different. Training a small dog is different. You need to talk to them in their own language so that the kids will understand, the dog will understand in that way. The similarly, traditionally, when you wanted to communicate with a computer, you need to do a programming what computer can understand. So that is a traditional way. Then with the power of neural networks by around 2012 onwards, we started training a computer using image processing. Rather training with the traditional programming, we can show the pictures. So computer can understand with your data and your output. You will just write the rules on logic on the brain. And when you ask the question, it will respond back. So that used to happen power of neural networks. Now with the generative AI, what is happening today? No, you're not doing with the traditional programming, or you're not doing with the neural networks. Rather, you are going to do with the foundation model. Exactly how the Chitty Robo watched the telephony directory and other books, and he just learned everything in a second. The same way, you will be giving a pile of books to the machine or a model. So model will extract everything, it will understand everything, it will do attention, then it will just write everything in the memory. Then you go and ask any question about the data what you feed it, the model will be able to answer you. So that is the idea of a generative AI or a generative model or a transformer. These are the terms you may used to hear very often, which is very trending today. So these are the few, the generative AI model, Lambda, PaLM, GPT-4. So yesterday, Meta or a Facebook has released the latest Llama 3.1 models. But the idea would be the last pillar, if you consider the last one. So this is more about giving a pile of data to a model. So model learns everything and it will respond back to you. So why this generative AI? Why it is becoming so popular? Why should I learn a generative AI? So that will be definitely a question from everybody, right? Being aspiring student, and you will be always thinking which department I can pick during my engineering. Should I need to go with computer science or IT or AID or cyber security, or electronics VLSI or electrical mechanical? You might have many things on your mind. To answer that question, we should have this answer, because this is definitely going to be there for next 1 decade, next 10 years. So to answer that question, and this is a theoretical explanation I gave, we need to have a little understanding with the statistics. This is a statistics from a Gartner or McKinsey report. And so with respect to their analysis from last year, the top technology, the peak technology is a generative AI, or a cloud native or AI augmentation, you can call it as. So this generative AI technology, nowhere it came in between, and it just went to the peak. So that means to say everybody is paying attention to the generative AI. Why everybody is paying attention? What is the need of everybody paying attention? Say like if you're working in a call center, or you are working in a automobile industry, or you are working in an educational institution, or for you are working in like you see, since like you are a 12th grade student rather than going with the industry and you are studying a math subject or a physics subject, assume like a WhatsApp kind of app. If you have something on your mobile while you are studying, you may have some doubts, some concept you may feel like little hard to understand. Just ask that into the app, just recording the voice, just ask that into that app. That app can understand what actually you are asking from your natural English language. It understand, it will extract the intent, identifies the match and give an answer to you. Then how easy that is. So many institutions started adapting that for you to understand. So, in an industry level, with the power of the generative AI, the whole automation or a digitalization, which has been shifted 10 years before, which is supposed to happen by 2040, now the prediction is 2030. So, generative AI is doing a lot of magic, which everybody is adapting, irrespective of any industry you work. And be with the pharmaceutical industry or automobile industry, any industry if we go, they are started adapting the generative AI. The reason behind, every industry wanted to automate, every industry they wanted to digitalize. For automate and digitalize, for you to understand in a fundamental way. So earlier, when you want to do any money transaction, either you need to use a check or you need to go to a bank, write a withdraw form, give to the counter, get the cash and come back, give to somebody. Now with the digital world, not at all happening, right? You always go with the mobile, open your Google Pay or a Phone Pay, you just scan a QR. The QR just does everything for you. So this is the power of digitalization. This is the power of automation. Every industry is trying to do the similar way for their day-to-day work. To achieve that task, the generative AI is assisting them. Are we clear now? Why generative AI? Because generative AI itself, it is on the peak of the technology today, and also it is going to make a whole lot of changes in every industry. That's a power. Generative AI itself, 1 year it is generating 8 billion revenue. So that means to say India's whole GDP is 4 billion, which is double times the India's whole GDP. So you can imagine how the magic it does. Now let's little deep dive into generative AI. So before I go to a generative AI, I'll quickly recall what we discussed so far for first 10 minutes. We started with the ABC, this ABC triangle. I'll just recall and I'll come to the ABC. Artificial intelligence is equal to big data plus cloud computing. A is equal to B plus C. So artificial intelligence is nothing but making a computer to behave like a human. To do that, you need a big data to train a computer. When I say big data, how we got trained by studying the books, by listening the videos, by listening the classes. So how we learned everything. The similar way to train a computer, you need a data. So that we will call it as a big data. To make that operation happen, we need a cloud computing. All right. Now I go back to the discussion slide, predictive AI. So predictive AI, if I ask a question, generative AI is new to everybody, right? When I say generative AI, the chat GPT or a Gen AI bot, or whatever we use it today for automation, that is new. But AI is not new. So we using Gmail for a long time. We using weather broadcast for a long time. We using your Google Map for a long time. So what it actually does, if you look at your Gmail, if you remember, if I hope you all having your email IDs, right? And sometimes any spam email it comes, it goes and sit into your spam email folder. You might have noticed. And also if you go to a Google search and search for tomorrow what is the weather, day after tomorrow what is the weather, you will get a response that okay, this is the expected weather. And if you are using a Google Map or Ola or Uber, if you're booking, and if you wanted to go from your home to school or home to college, then you would say like, fine, this is happening. 30 minutes I'm going to take. This all happening with a prediction. So this predictive AI, which already exists. So today's AI is generative AI. So two new terms. And so if you are hearing first time these terms, just to recall, because this is going to be there for a longer time, you may repeatedly hearing these terms. Have a good understanding about predictive AI. When I say predictive AI, which we already using it, be with a spam email filter or a weather prediction or a Google Map or a smartwatch, any application you take, we already using it. And even from a WhatsApp, if you take, if you go and type anything to your friend, you will get auto text correction, right? That is also your predictive AI. Whereas generative AI today is something different, which could generate, which could understand the human language. So that is what this slide is about. So the first one, the classification and prediction, which is already happening with the AI. So classification is your email classification of the spam email, or a prediction is about your weather prediction or a Google Map prediction. This is all happening, or a text prediction for a next correct word. But this generation and understanding is relatively new. So what is generation? Now with the any generative AI technology, you can go and ask something in English. It will understand your content. It will give answer to you, right? If you are using any AI bot, you will get to know what is how actually it works. So that is the power of today's AI generation and understanding. Understanding is right. The previous slide which I explained you a little before, anything to interact with a computer, either if you want to talk to a computer language or computer should understand your language, right? So understanding computer language is a little different. You need to understand all your coding. Now we made computer to understand our language. So that means to say any Google search or any AI based bot application, if you go and ask any question, what you will do, you'll ask a question in very basic English. How you will be asking the question to your friend, hey, uh, how do I prepare this particular dish? If I want to go for a trip, how do I plan it? You just ask like in local English or a basic English. But what the computer does today, it understand completely what you are asking. Then from its memory, from its training, it will create the output and giving to back. So this understanding and a generation, these are the two core feature getting added to a AI today. So then we are calling it as a generative AI. Are we clear with this diagram? The first core concept, what we understand, ABC, artificial intelligence, big data, and cloud computing. Second core concept here is, if you are learning or understanding something today, then you should understand what happened yesterday. That is a core principle. So for AI, today's AI is generative AI. Today, yesterday's AI is predictive AI. Predictive AI does classification and prediction. Now today, the generative AI does understanding and generation. So this is a summary for you to just to recall on a high level. So when I say generative AI, it is not only generating a text. You ask something the AI to do, AI is generating a text, it is generating a program for you, it is generating an image, it's generating a speech, video, 3D file, music, everything it does. How it does, this is the way it looks like. Like you are feeding an input to a foundation model. When I say model, model is nothing but a computer. Just like imagine it's a big computer. You're just putting all the data as a input to a computer. So what that computer does, computer learns everything, understands everything, and it just writes everything in its memory. Then when you go and ask a particular question to a computer, the computer answer to you with the way how it learned from all the data. This is actually called as a generative AI. So rather than like it just give the exact answer to you, so it just understand your question, it goes and checks his brain and answering to you. I mean, the similar example, right? When I ask you some question like hey, where did you study your school, then what you will do, you just recall, yeah, you know the answer, you'll recall and you just give me the answer, I studied this and this school on this city. How you are telling this answer, so that is in your brain. Exactly, in the foundation model also you are training with a bunch of data. Once the computer got trained with the data, it is answering all the question what you ask. When I say answering all the question, the answer can be a text answer, it can be a code answer, it can be image answer, speech, video. So these are the things what humans are doing it today. So now when you are making computer to do it, that is actually called as a artificial intelligence. You are making computer to behave like a human. You are reducing your work, giving the work to a computer. So that's a like a very foundation for to understand. Now I'll go with this next question. Artificial intelligence, the ABC we discussing. Artificial intelligence we know. So to make the A happen, we need to know about a B and a C. When I say the big data, which is a crucial part where you are training a computer. So we also human, we are keep learning it, right? Now you learned from your kindergarten to schoolings, then you did your 10th standard, 12th standard, you learned all the subjects. Now you are getting yourself ready for engineering. So that means to say you have a lot of data on your brain. So how much data you have, so that much brilliant you are, that much intelligence you are. So we are talking about a brilliance and intelligence. Now similar way, If you are buying a model or a computer, then you are started training the computer. To train a computer, you need a data. For you to make your intelligence, you need to study from books, right? So when you study from a books, you will get intelligence. The similar way, to make the computer train, you need a data. When the data is more, when the data is very clean, the data is very powerful, then your model performance also relatively the similar way how you train. Now, how much data is getting generated every day? I mean, when I say data is generating, we generating data from our mobile, we generating from a Twitter, everywhere we are generating a data. Now, before we answer that question, I will ask you to play a, let's play a quick game. I'll ping you one link on a chat, and if you click the link, and you will see like quickdraw.google.com, and let's learn practically. It will take hardly 2 minutes time. When you type quick draw, and you can copy and paste it there. If not, you can go out to Google and you can do quick draw, and you could be able to access it. Can somebody confirm, are you able to access this page what you are seeing on my screen? Is that happening to you? Anyone? Participants, are you able to access it here? We are
Yes, sir.
all right, great. So what we're going to do it now, we're practically going to see how this data plays a crucial role when you want to train a model. So far we keep discussing about theory. Now let's do a small game. It's a funny way to learn the things. What I do, I'll just, okay, fine. I do go here. And if you are with me, the same page, and so what is the exercise will be? So it will ask you to draw a picture in 20 seconds. So 6 pictures it will ask you to draw. 6 into 20 second, 1 minute 20 second, hardly it will take. If you draw it rightly, it will give a right answer with respect to the model data. If not, it will give a wrong answer. And I'll just see like I'm getting a dragon picture. So like let me just try to draw a dragon. Okay. I think this is the easiest one. Helmet. Mm, How is the game? Did you play the game? I tried 6 pictures. Somehow I got 4 pictures right and 2 pictures wrong. Anyone here got all 6? Did you play the game? Did you try to draw it?
Yes,
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, is this whole thing learning from the things that it didn't find out? Like I drew a whale and it just recognized it as a shrimp. But
All right.
would it be saving the data in the whales like
Yeah,
section?
that's right. It's a very great question. So that's what I was about to explain. So what we do, Len, since like I have a 6 different pictures, I'll go with one, which is the right one. I'll go and see same discuss with the wheel. If I go with the wheel, I started drawing a circle first. It started predicting, okay, I'm drawing a circle. Then it started saying some potato, then wheel. Then I started drawing this line. Then it started predicting as a wheel. So that means to say, in this particular machine learning model, so this pattern has been already drawn as a wheel. So that means to say, my picture, what I try to draw it in the quick draw, it is relating to I mean, most of these pictures, right? They have drawn or they have trained this kind of a pictures. Now, since I draw the similar picture, now with this machine learning model, this particular drawing also will get added. So now I go back and show you one wrong picture, say like a helmet. And when I say like started drawing this way, it started predicting with a flying saucer, hot dog, and hula hoop, and something it started predicting. In his brain or in his model, the helmet has been drawn in a way that, okay, this is the way the helmet looks like. I should, if I would have trained something in this way, then it have started predicting and how it is predicted. Toothbrush, when I started drawing it, then fine, it is started identifying with my pattern or the brush. So the whole idea, what I'm trying to explain, so this particular model, this is a very simple model to play around, which has been trained with some patterns. So now when you started a pattern which is matching with his data or his memory, it started predicting the right answer. If something is not matching, no. And if you draw your correct picture today, then your picture also will get added to the data here. So that means you are knowingly or unknowingly trained a model today. So that's the whole idea. And did you get the answer to a question what you asked?
Yes, sir. I was actually having
Mhm,
this question about ChatGPT. That the
mhm.
thing is, the more people use ChatGPT, the more advantage it is for OpenAI, and you just cleared that. Thanks.
That's right. So that is something we will call it as a reinforcement learning. So more you answer, the more you give thumbs up. The machine learning model will take it as a positive. When I say thumbs up or a reinforcement, it is something like you ask the question, I appreciated you. When I given the answer, you acknowledge. That means to say others are believing I given the right answer. The similar way, when you started interacting with ChatGPT kind of AI bot, when you give a right answer, thumbs up, it lands his brain says that okay, I given the right answer. I have a credibility for that. So accordingly, it lands further, right? I mean, hope you know good you got an answer for your question. Now to answer that question, per day we are creating 463 exabyte of data. So when I say exabyte of data, we know about mobile data starting from a MB, GP, then hardly the hard disk with a TB size, terabyte. Now when I say 1 billion, 1 billion is equal to 8,000 crores. 8,000 crores of a GP is 463 exabyte. So 463 exabyte. Just imagine 463 exabyte. Then for you to little understand more, I'll give you this analogy. How the data is becoming the bigger. So data used to be like a lemon size. If you consider 20-25 years back, then it has grown and become a cricket ball size. Like from a 25 years to like last 15 years, then from a cricket ball to a football size. So you could visualize it, right? How small, then cricket ball, then football. So today the data what you are handling with all these generative AI, the foundation model, it looks like a football size. But it is not stopping with the football size. Now this data is still getting like I would say like exploding, or it is still growing like a football ground size. Just imagine how big the football ground size looks like. Just for you to understand the logic. So the data is growing very exponentially. The data, how much it is growing, then it is equally you need a the computing infrastructure that we will discuss a little later, the cloud computing. I hope this picture is very clear for you to understand how big the data is growing. And for you to understand data is the books in a library, and your AI or a algorithm is like a librarian who reads and understand everything. And when you ask a question, it will answer to you. So this picture is self-explanatory. Now the question for you. I hope you all might have answered this page, right? Access this page. And if I ask the question, you definitely say, yeah, this is Google search. We know it. We used many times. Most of the time I check whether my mobile internet is working or laptop internet is working or not. I'll go to this site and I'll double verify. But the concept is not about Google search. The next slide, when I look, what you see it in the screen, that is important. So now on a front end, you see the Google search, you just ask anything, it will answer to you. But on the back end, how it is happening, this much infrastructure needed to make the Google search engine functional across the globe per second, per minute, how much traffic, how many users, how many lakhs of users are accessing in second. to fulfill that such a requirement, you should have a huge infrastructure. So that infrastructure is called as cloud computing. I hope you might have studied the concept cloud computing during your school. If not, also fine. For you to understand what is cloud computing, I'll give a one more best example. Now, cloud computing is nothing but to make any application as a big application for a wider audience, you should have a huge infrastructure. So that is called as cloud computing. We should have an infrastructure. For you to understand what is cloud computing, and this is the computer, right, what I'm presenting, I'm owning this computer, it has some function, I can able to join the meeting, I can do my regular work, but I cannot develop a, like a kind of a GPT-4 or Gemini kind of a model on my laptop. I need a huge computer. Owning a huge computer is very costly, like owning a car. So hiring a car or hiring a Ola or Uber or Red Taxi today is trending, so that is easy compared to owning a car. So that's a the real difference about a cloud computing. So Ola, Uber, if you consider, you just book a cab, you just pay what you use it, and you have option to book a mini or a sedan or like a big 7 seaters as well. You don't want to worry about a fuel or a driving or insurance or a maintenance, parking, nothing. You just take a Ola, Uber cab, just pay what you use. Whereas if you have a own car, you have a lot of things you need to consider. So that is the main difference between having a own computer or infrastructure for a model building and having a cloud computing. So that's the idea between why cloud computing is important. Still, we are, like if you recall the initial concept, the COCOML and ABC, still our discussion is revolving around ABC only. To have a A powerful, the artificial intelligence powerful, you should have a big data, the huge data, the clean data, powerful data, and also the infrastructure, the cloud computing. The cloud computing is this is the cloud computing, the rack of servers, the rack of network devices, switches, this all which combines together and making as a cloud computing. Why I'm calling it as cloud computing? So cloud we are seeing, but we're not knowing how much, how far it is and where it has been placed. And like if you want to have a more clear understanding, and we all using the electricity today, right? We will be using electricity, is a basic need today, we are all using it. We pay how much we use per month, or once in 2 months we pay for the bill, but we never know where the electricity is getting generated and which plant is generating electricity for your home. Our need is laptop connector or a mobile charger or a TV, washing machine, just play around, watch it and consume it, pay for what you use. Exactly, in the cloud computing, you don't know where it has been hosted, where it has been physically present. You will consume it and pay for what you use. Why it is important? When you wanted to train a computer with a huge data, now data has already become a football size, not with a lemon size, it became a cricket ball, now it is become already a football size. To train a computer with football size kind of a data, you need a huge computer. Huge computer in the sense very big computer. So that I'm calling it as a cloud computing. So cloud computers, cloud is provided by other companies called Amazon, Google Cloud Computing, AWS, or Microsoft Azure, Oracle, you can name it as. And
அது என்னது அந்த ஏஐ பத்தி சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க அவ்வளவுதான்.
all right. ஏஐ பத்தியா சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து வில் டாக் அபவுட் the other technologies, like what you need. Let me just go with the next part of the portion. I'll recall what we discussed so far: ABC, artificial intelligence, big data, and cloud computing. Now, to overcome coverage everything, so this is the way that the computing platform looks like. Now when you are starting a career, I know you are a plus two graduate, you want to start your engineering kickstart with any department you go, say like not only AI ideas or cyber security or computer science, be with the electronic student or the semiconducting industry also very getting very hot in an industry. The reason behind why I related this ABC is not restricting only with artificial intelligence or a data science. That's a catch you need to understand. You wanted to have a big data or a cloud computing, how the cloud computing works. So cloud computing need a how your computer works. Computer is not a AI device, right? You need a computer hardware, you need a silicon chip, you need a hardware devices. Similarly, in the cloud computing also, anything you wanted to build, you need to have a VLSI, electronics, electrical, semiconductor, semiconducting devices, more things you need. So that is also equally important to play with the AI, because AI is it is becoming mandatory now. But to work with AI, not only computer science or artificial intelligence, other core technologies also bound to help AI. Now, if you want to have a holistic growth, this is my idea. This is probably my last slide. I'll stop it here. Uh, Along with technical skills, you should have a soft skill as well, and which will be like tomorrow starts today. So Ishwari Engineering College, I know them for a long time. They already having a lot of these community initiatives. I mean, more than your academic. I recently read the principal ma'am's article in Times of India, and she had clearly mentioned they are really working out hardly to bridge the gap between the education in, I mean, academic to our industry, that bridging the gap. So to bridging the gap, a lot of communities available. Even Ishwari itself having a developer community. The example is a GDG. So that's what, like, if you wanted to get ready for tomorrow, you need to get ready today itself. So that's what summary tomorrow starts today. And equally your technical skills, how you are developing a technical skills with respect to any department you choose or any technology you study, the soft skill also equally important. That's what, and this is a three-dimension tool. Whatever you do, whatever you study, make a positive mindset, and whatever you study, you just become a master on that. So 3M rules: mindset, the methods, and the master yourself. You could able to rock it. And these are just a quiz time. And what we discuss: how does a generative AI differs from a traditional AI? And anybody has answer? Just curious. I mean, just three questions I have.
Prediction.
So
Prediction.
how does the generative AI differs from a traditional AI? When I say generative AI, it differs from traditional AI. The question I'll decode you. So traditional AI is
Classification.
predictive AI, correct? Classification and prediction is
Classification.
part of a traditional AI. Understanding and
Prediction.
generation is the generative AI's abilities. So that's it. Answer B and D. Next question. According to World Economic Forum, by 2025, how much data? 463. Did you remember the term? Which
Exabyte.
exabyte?
463
3 exabyte. And what are the benefits of having a cloud computing? As we know, what is cloud computing? It's like hiring a Ola or Uber cab. What are the advantages? Scalability, elasticity. When I say scalability,
Can do
is so
anything.
flexible.
Option D.
Option D.
Option D.
All
It
of
all
the
right. All of the above. I mean,
all of the
you guys are so brilliant. You answered all my three questions. And this is the way the world is going. You have a huge data. So with the power of AI or machine learning or algorithm, when you started making a business value to the industry, so you will be a rock star. And other two, second key takeaway: whichever the department or whichever the core skill or passion you are pursuing, give equal importance to your transferable skills or software skills. So that is equal weightage you need in your career to pursue. Because today's trend, when you complete your degree, your competition is not only with other human being, right? It will be with artificial intelligence also. So you should develop a soft skill which machine is doesn't having it. So that is you give equal importance and have a holistic growth. I think I'll share this PPT. If somebody want, you can scan this QR and get it downloaded, or I can just ping you the drive link on your mobile. That's all. Thank you so much, and I'll just keep the uh, you know
Thank you, sir.
stadium open for you. If somebody has any question, feel free to ask me anything about a discussion. So we started with artificial intelligence. Why is becoming so popular today? Because of B and C. A, B, C we discussed. Then we discussed little more into predictive AI and generative AI. So the classification and prediction was a part of predictive AI. Understanding and generation is part of a generative AI. Then we discussed about a big data, have understanding about lemon, cricket ball, football ground size. Then we discussed about a cloud computing, how this cloud computing and big data is playing very vital role for artificial intelligence development. The cloud computing, if you consider, then your semiconductor, electronics, and other domains also equally important to upskill yourself. I mean, this is just a summary, and give equal importance to your soft skill also, whichever the further career you explore. Uh, that's a summary of my presentation. This is a slide for the presentation if you wanted to download. Otherwise, I can share you the drive link. I'll stop sharing my screen and feel free to ask me if you have any question, any doubts or any questions. If you wanted to have, just ask me. We are
Sir, Sir Kadirvan here.
Yes, sir.
See, many students have a doubt that to
Mhm.
get into the technological advancement of artificial intelligence, should they choose only computer science engineering or any stream of study is okay for?
It's a very great question. To get into artificial intelligence, and just I'll tell you what is happening in the industry side. See, now these artificial intelligent technologies not only for the computer industries or computer companies or AI companies. So now these AI is getting completely democratized. AI is getting adopted for almost every industry, be with automobile, mechanical, or a civil industry. If you go now today, I have seen one application when you scan a photo from your camera. If you scan a photo for a particular ground, with the power of artificial intelligence, it will create a three-dimensional building view and give it to you. So artificial intelligence becoming common to every department. And if you wanted to become a master on that, then you should have a good understanding about the data science, which I told about a big data category, and also a cloud computing, where you can become a cloud engineer, a cloud architect, or a strategic cloud consultant. So this way you can grow. Just to summarize, not necessarily you need to restrict only A and DS. Any department you study out of your own passion, you can develop your AI skills. Okay, I hope it answer the question. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
put your
Thank you, sir.
question. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. I'll also check. I'm
Thank
also checking the chat. If any other question, if somebody has, they can ask me. Otherwise, I can check and answer. Okay, someone told me at one point of the time, money spent on Ola and Uber will become the same as buying a decently affordable car. When I say decently affordable car, yeah, that's true. But again, you need to consider about having the other. See, there are two things, right? Buying a car, one is a capital investment. You pay and buy a car. Second one is the operational expenses, taking care of a maintenance, insurance, and driving license, parking, everything you need to take care. Whereas if you go with the cloud computing or Ola and Uber, so those things will be completely taken care. However, you cannot match with that and here. But one more thing, with for the concept of artificial intelligence, you cannot go with a decent car. The artificial intelligence, which you need a very big car, like kind of a Innova or Fortuner. So that definitely you need to hire it. So that's the answer for your question. Uh, how can AI not knowing anything data wise? Okay, if I interrupt the question right. So when you are training a model or building a AI, we have a certain regulations or restriction. We will call it as a responsible AI or ethical AI. You're not supposed to disclose the personal identification or personal details to your machine learning model. So whatever the data you train, that will be with the generic data. And if you want to again adopt that AI to your particular use case, say like a Easwari Engineering College wanted to have a generative AI bot for their website, in saying example, then with a base model, we need to customize with their data. So how many departments they have, how much placement they have, and what are the other activities they initiate, and what are the other industry related activities they have. So those data we need to train. So data will be sensitive and private to you, so that will not get you know disclosed to anybody. That is answer for that question. And does it mean if I doodle something it doesn't have what is that? Okay, to just a doodle about something about a game what we played, that is mostly about training a model just for understanding how the machine learning works, how the pattern it works the moment you do. Is it useful? Yeah. Niranjan mentions, yeah, royal arts. Yeah, you can go with the Rolls Royce, but again, that is like for a, so that's for the different purpose, right? And there is a like luxurious vehicles. Mm, sir, why you choose this field? When you say like why I choose this field, yeah, I started my career basically. I studied electronics. I'm a EC student, so I worked with the electronics industry. Then with the interest on the computer networking, how the internet works, and how like when you type something on a browser, how everything is happening. That magic which inspired me to understand the networking. Then I got into a networking. I worked with the networking industry leader Cisco. Then I did a lot of certification and I've skilled myself. Then I learned cloud computing. And for me, why I choose this field, because which is making very interesting for me. And the way you work daily, it's like you're doing something. You're playing with the computer. You're playing with the technology. That's the main reason I'm into this industry or a field. Uh, yeah, so normal English is going becoming a programming language is very clever statement. A is becoming, I mean, English is becoming a new programming language. So rather, we put efforts to understand the computer language like a C or a Java or a Python. So now what we made the computer to understand our language, so English. So you talk to a computer like a human. Now computer understands your language, it decodes what you are asking, it extract the intent, then it will give an answer to you. So it is making your life easy. And how do you ensure AI systems are fair and unbiased? Yeah, so to answer that question only, now every society they had created with like certain principles. So I'll call it as a ethical AI and responsible AI. So every provider who are developing a model, they should obey for certain regulations. They cannot simply develop a model and get it out. And also, if you come with the industry, there are a lot of regulations, and we have a HIPAA regulation, PIA regulations. So if you are working in industry, you should comply those regulations for you to understand in a way. You know about ISO, right? ISO and UGMARK on any product. If you buy, you see the UGMARK or UGMARK symbol, or you see the green picture for which shows like a veg, non-veg. So that kind of logo, if you want, you need to comply those regulations. Now every government is making those rules and regulation very strict. So that means to say that is still taking still taking care, but it will take time. It will get settled soon. Then there's definitely going to be major job displacement. And yeah, so when I say job displacement, it's not actually the right way to look into that technology revolution. And where we'd say like when printer or a Xerox machine was there, a photocopy machine, when the computer got invented, everybody started saying, yeah, the computer is going to eat all your job, the software is going to eat all your job. So but the thing did not happen in that way, right? So it has created different opportunities. So computer programmer, developer, tester, computer architect, system engineer, system developer, the many things has created. Similarly with the AI also, AI is making the human life easy. So that means to say, rather than you develop a small software or doing a code, you can start thinking in a bigger ground how you can create a product, how you can solve the society problem. So with the power of AI, uh, you can do a lot of many things, and it also create a lot of other opportunities with a machine learning side or a cloud infrastructure side or a prompt engineering. A lot of new trends and job opportunities are getting open. So you need to consider a positive side. AI is going to make a lot new varieties of opportunities. So if you are upskilled, then you will be most demanded in the world. What are the other question? What is the potential risk and like we survey in the industry without grade ceiling? Okay, I'm randomly picking the question. Something screen is keep scrolling. For my UG studies, I have taken a course BTech IT. In most of the colleges, there isn't much studies for AI for our PG studies. So what can we do in this case if I have present? Right.
Sir, to answer that
I would
question,
say,
see,
when you
many
say
colleges, many universities started specialized courses in artificial intelligence. There are a lot of new courses have come in postgraduate studies, including SRM. So the student can look for the postgraduate studies, especially in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So specialized postgraduate programs have started coming. The student can join. Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir.
Thank
And yeah, so and I mean, I'll keep answering the question whatever it been answered. So I have little time to answer. If in case somebody who is staying on the call for a longer time, if you wanted to drop, feel free to. And sir, how do you want to take it forward? Should you want to wind it up, or yes, I'm fine to answer the questions. What do you suggest, sir?
Yes, sir. You can take it up two more questions, sir.
All right, I'll take because I mean it is really impressive and people are asking many questions. That is told great students. Let me just take the okay. Go with the latest question. Um, oh, since AI has become very famous, more and more students are getting into this course. Do you think there will be less demand for CSC students in future? I I just read that question, but not actually true. And like I would say the CSC students still have the core understanding, right? I mean, when you study CSE or IT, nobody's restricting you to upskill on a AA skill, right? Not necessarily you need to go with a specialization. If you are doing with AA and ML, it is good. A and DS good. But if you're still studying CSE department or IT department, still good. So you will have a good understanding about your algorithm, the data structures, and all fundamental which is taught in the CSE department. And accordingly, you can pick the field. Pick the field. I mean, rather than you go with a prompt engineering or a machine fine tuning with the AI model, rather than you can go with a research field where you can go with a deep learning where you can create a kind of a chat gpt gemini kind of a model. Tomorrow you can create with your CSE fundamental knowledge. CSE has a good fundamental. There is no change when you study CS or ADS. Will I be able to survey in the industry without great skills in coding? I'm not sure about the coding because I'm math student in 12th and most of the time he is new to me. What can I do to improve my skill? I mean, when you say ask about the coding, and I mean having a coding also a very good skill and very essential skill. Uh, I'll not say the coding will not help you in future. Definitely, you should learn a coding up to some extent. Maybe pick a language Python and which is easy to learn. And also in future, if you consider with the power of AI, so we have a lot of like a Duet AI, or if you go on Google search like a Devian, and those are kind of a co-pilot from Microsoft. These are the the AI tools which is primarily helping the developers to create a quality code. So you can ask those tools what code you wanted to create. So that question you need to have ask in English. But to ask that question, you should have understanding about what how the coding works. You should have understanding how to decode. If the AI generates some code and give to you, so if you have a good understanding about is the quality code, is it something what you are expecting? So that knowledge you should have. I mean, AI can assist you. AI cannot replace you. And if you ask the coding question, you should have a coding understanding, core algorithm you should know. Then you can ask the question, AI can answer to you. You can validate the AI answer, then you can implement. So AI can assist you, AI cannot replace you. That is answer for that question. I think I'm good with the question.
Sir,
And
sir, I have a
all
question.
right, sir, over to you. Yeah, go ahead.
So for students
Yeah,
who
go
did
ahead.
not take computer science as their stream in high school, if we are choosing EC or any circuit related
Mhm.
courses for BTech, how should we prepare before, joining the college? Since we have no idea about computer science and stuff. Like not no idea, but we do not know as much as the computer science students. So what should we be doing now?
Okay, and like I may give some answer with respect to my level of understanding. Then I'll give it to the faculty or a principal or HOD ma'am, somebody from a college to answer that question very effectively. And based on my experience and understanding, when you say the computer science and max biology student, those who not studied, even I was a max biology student, I was a EC student during my engineering. And after my engineering, when I started working, then I did my postgraduate in computer science in a weekend. I mean, to like while working in the industry, I did my postgraduate during weekend. So that mean to say, and it's all matter of your own interest. Okay, if you decided to learn the data science or artificial intelligence, it's pretty easy for you to upskill. Now with the digital world, so everything is just a distance of matter of taking from your mobile or a digital, Udemy or any app or anything you can learn from a YouTube. But we cannot give over weightage to the trending department when you call it as AI today. But how AI is booming, similarly, the equal importance we should consider about there's electronics as well. I mean, when you wanted to have a powerful AI, definitely you should have a supercomputer or quantum computing or a silicon chipset. So this silicon chipset or a quantum computing or a supercomputing or any electrical vehicles, if you take a EV is a trend, or a solar panel, the green energy, any industry if you take where it is leading, that really need that electronic skill set. So I would say rather than we restrict ourselves only I study electronics, I know only electronics well. If I study only AI, I know only AI well. Rather, we need to develop skills. When you come out from a college, so you should consider that, okay, I'm skilled on what the world is expecting. So if you study electronics, you should parallelly develop the other skills. If you were studying a computer science, you should have a good understanding about what is happening there in electronics industry as well. That is my opinion. Maybe I can give it to somebody from Easwari can answer to you very well.
Yes, sir. To answer that, this director here, to answer that, The undergraduate student, we would always say between the way of learning of higher secondary and higher education. In a higher education, we don't teach what to study, we'll teach you how to study. So this is the fundamental conceptual understanding of an higher education system. The whole system works. Whatever branch you study, that doesn't matter. You may study civil, mechanical, computer science, IT, or whatever may be. But we will teach you whatever may be the subject. At the end of the day, you'll know how to study any subject. So we try to embed the lifetime learning habits into the students in the 4 years. And ultimately, when they get into the industry, whatever the industry they are going to work on, no, they will pick it up. For example, like you as the best example, you also an ECE grad, and I'm also basically I did my ECE in '92, but I'm a professor of computer science. But in the sense that when we come to know how to study, and ultimately we can read what we can study, we can develop any skill. So usually, or any higher education institution for that matter, will teach you how to study. That is what the higher education is meant for. And the student need not want to worry about whether they studied computer science engineering in their +2 level or not. Ultimately, the system, the process, it will take you, whatever the stream you take, and ultimately you'll land it up in a better way of learning. So we teach you how to study. So the students need not want to have any fear. And ultimately, what we expect is that we should have a good mathematical background, a physics understanding, and a chemistry understanding, or a biology understanding, or a computer science understanding. How you understand is what matters to understand the problem in the future. So the student can take it up any branch and can land it up in any job. Thank you, sir.
That is excellent answer, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
we stop with this, sir? We can post the questions to you through chat. Then we can post the answers also later.
Yeah.
Thank you. You
Definitely.
can propose the vote of thanks.
Okay, sir. Pushpa?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for your amazing presentation and elaborate explanation. I hope all the students would have benefited from this. As we bring this program to a close, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the management and our principal, Dr. P. Devasundari, for their approval of the program, with the pure intention of shaping the future of young minds and guiding the way for their bright future. Also, for conducting this program and consistent effort for the betterment of the college as well as the departments. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Kumaresan sir, who took his time to share his knowledge with the students in spite of his busy schedule. Finally, heartfelt thanks to the students whose contribution have been instrumental in the success of this program. I trust that you have gained valuable insight that will assist you in making decisions about your future studies. I once again thank you all for gathering here today. We are ending this session now.
Thank you, Kumaresan sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Thank you, SRM management team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Sandil, you can close.